They came back, but they were encouraged. They were encouraged by the fact they got to half-time and they were still only within one.
18 shots on target, the most in a Premier League game this season, 8 goals. In stark contrast to the game you were at yesterday, the North East derby, but one team won that game and got the victory in the end, Sunderland, in what will be remembered for them in the match in which Nick Voldemade scored the winner.
Yeah, look, it wasn't a great game in respect of quality. It was a Newcastle team that were well below their best, and I'll come on to a little bit of detail in a minute on them. Sunderland, again, I didn't think were fantastic, but I thought that their two centre-halves, Alderete, Ballard, I thought the two central midfield pairs, Xhaka and Siddiqui, I thought those four, and actually Brobby up front as well, I thought the spine of the team for Sunderland were really good. And the spine of Sunderland's team were better, in my opinion, than the spine of the Newcastle team. I think in terms of the game, it was always going to be about a moment and something like that happening. Obviously, Voldemade, you don't want that to happen to anybody in a game like that. I had a really bad experience once at Main Road in the last ever derby there with Sean Goulter, where I dilly-dallied on the touchline, and ultimately he'll live with me forever, and he'll have one of those sort of feelings as well. But I just thought, to me, the way in which Newcastle approached the game, it was, I say negative. It was a tactic that I think, if it goes wrong when you're a big club and you're a Champions League team, it really looks bad. Particularly when you're playing a lesser team, as in lesser quality, lesser sort of experience in the Premier League. So for me, I think that Newcastle playing that 5 across midfield, and it was a 5 like that were really deep. And I wanted to see Gordon and Elanga be a little bit more in front, and the 3 a little bit more like that when they were defending, so that they had a little bit more spring to be able to jump and counter-attack from. But they weren't. They were the classic 4 at the back deep. They were the classic 5, which meant that their wide players, Elanga and Gordon, were pinned back. And Voldemade then becomes the isolated centre-forward who